This is Mrs. Hunicke, and I am going to show you how to cite your sources in Turabian format using NoodleTools. Two sources from databases, two different databases, are going to be put into my child labor during the Industrial Revolution project in Turabian or Chicago Advanced format. So, the first thing I'm going to do is cite a database and click Create Citation. This is going to give me the first place I have to make a decision. So what type of source am I citing from my database? In ABC Clio, almost all the information is original content. So I'm going to say that this is original content, and I'm going to click on that. And now I'm on the fill in the blanks page. Okay, you will notice there's a place that I can copy and paste a citation. You know, it tells me not to assume the citation is correct and that I should definitely look at the guide above and that sort of thing. One of the benefits to filling in the fields in this way is that if you take the time to do that now, when it comes time to do footnotes or endnotes, it will give you that form as well. So there's not too much to fill in, so we're going to do that by hand. So the first thing I need is the URL. So I'm going to go back over here, toggling back and forth between my sources, so the child labor article, and NoodleTools. Paste. I'm going to select the name of the database from my library's databases. So this is World History, the Modern Era. You do not need to fill in the accession number unless you want to, and I'm not sure. Oh yeah, here's my entry ID. You could fill that in if you want. That's at the bottom. It's completely unnecessary. And then we need the date of copyright. This is 2015. It's the only date that's available here except for this date, which is today, which is the date of access, because this is an MLA citation here. We're not using it, but we are using the components of it. So the other date that we need is, of course, today, our date of access. So now we look for an author and the article title. I don't see an author in the MLA citation or at the bottom of the article. So when I go up to the top, I don't see an author either, but I do see my article title, which is simply child labor. And I can copy and paste that in or type it in. When I copy and paste, it tells me that I need to capitalize the first letter of the first word, last word, etc. And if I mouse over the exclamation point, it tells me exactly what to capitalize, the first word of the title and the word labor. So you don't even have to think, you just have to follow the directions. And that's all I have to put in, and I can click submit. This generates the citation for me. It's very pretty. And then if I look over here in the microprint, there's a link that says footnote format. And because I have actually put in the time now, I can click on footnote format and it shows me my article. This is what my full footnote would look like, and then, or endnote. And then any subsequent citations would just have the article title. You wouldn't have to put in all the rest of the information. So that's really handy to get, and then you can copy and paste those right into your paper. So the second source we're going to cite is from Gale Virtual Reference Library. This is also Child Labor in 19th Century Britain. It's the title of it. And the book that it's coming from, because the Virtual Reference Library is all ebooks, the book it's coming from is Daily Life Through World History in Primary Documents. So this is also a primary source. So that's pretty good. So now I am going to cite, again, a database article and create, but this time it's going to be a book. Now, this one looks a little different, and it's certainly got more fields to fill in, but I'm going to do the same thing and fill in all the fields. So here's my big, crazy long URL that I'm going to type in. The name of my database, Oh, it's not here. So I'm actually going to type it in. Gale Virtual Reference Library. It auto-completes for me. It is capitalized. Okay. And then most recent access date is today. So now, am I citing the entire book? No, I'm citing one part of it. So I need an author, the type of chapter or section, and the title of the section. So I know the title of the selection is Child Labor in 19th Century Britain because it's right there, and here it is here. So I'm going to copy and paste that and put it in as my title. And this is just a regular chapter of the book. And I don't know if there's an author because it's a primary source. So it doesn't look like there's an author. So go back and see what they ask me for. Page numbers. Looking at it online, but there are still page numbers. See, page 48. And if I scroll down, I'll see more. 49, go back to the top of the article. Also in here, in all of this copyright information, I see it's pages 48 to 50. So I'm going to put in those numbers. And then who are my contributors? So I can get all this information at the very top. My editor is Lawrence Morris. That's what ed means, editor. So my editor, I'm going to paste in Lawrence Morris, Lawrence being his first name, Morris being his second. You can drag and drop. And the title of the book is Daily Life, Daily Life Through World History in Primary Documents. Typing that in. And there are different volumes, but they're not oh, this is the Modern World. Volume 3, the Modern World. So this is the Modern World. And this is volume 3. And then my publisher, city, and year. Westport, Connecticut, Greenwood Press, 2009. So I'm just going right along and taking all of this information. I'm just going to copy and paste it all right in. This was Westport, was the city, Greenwood Press is my publisher. Whoops. Connecticut is my state. It's just easier to do it this way than it is to type it all in separately and then get rid of all that extra stuff. Oops, Westport. Okay, and I don't think there's an edition or a series name or anything like that because I've pretty much got all of the information that they give me. So now I can submit. And I have 2 sources. Now see, this URL is really, really long. So I am going to suggest that you truncate the URL, that is, cut it back to the .com before you turn in your works cited, where you start doing your paper and putting in your notes. So all of this business after the .com can be deleted. You can end it at the .com. For now, keep it in because this allows you to go back to the live web page at any time, as long as you're already logged into the databases. So from school, it's not going to be a problem. See, I'm not logged in anymore. I've been logged in for a long time. It probably logged me out. But it will get you back in from your house, or from school. So now I've got 2 sources, and again, I have the footnote format. So it's a shortened form for the subsequent citations. And that is the benefit of NoodleTools right there. Didn't take too long. I've done this in under 10 minutes with the explaining, so you can totally do this. note cards and note taking is coming up next.